working? Oh, it's just you. Hi. I'm supposed to be studying, but this course is really boring. My phone. Oh, shit. Yeah, I should get that. One sec. No cracks. Anyway, hey, what's up? Are you in here studying too? You okay? You look a little stressed out. Anything I can help with? Why are you blushing? Is it about Valentine's Day? What is it? 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 You have someone in mind, don't you? Okay, cool. Alright, so what do you need from me? Hell yeah, I want to help. Do you want it to be some extravagant gesture? Do you just want to march right up and tell them? Well, tell them you want them to be your Valentine, duh. Sorry. Gotta whisper. It is a library. Whatever. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay. Who is it? For real? Hell yeah. Okay. Alright, we gotta come up with a game plan. Yes, we gotta make this perfect. Are you kidding me? Oh my god, okay. Dinky can probably put together a dope playlist. I can see if we can rent out like a gym or something and have it be almost like a promposal kind of thing, but like Valentine's Day edition. Let's see, what else can I do? We won't make Minette a part of it because he'll make everything gross. Edith probably wouldn't approve. It's too much of a mess and it's too. Huh? Oh, you don't want a bunch of people to know. Well, that's fair, but come on, it'd be so fun. Okay. Just me and you. Alright, how are we gonna do this? What do you mean? Why wouldn't you tell them? What? What? Sorry. What do you mean they wouldn't be interested? Oh my god. Have you seen you? You're awesome. And I know you're not gonna believe me when I say this, but the way they look at you when you're not looking, it's kind of precious. Just saying. See, I told you you wouldn't believe me. Come on. Why wouldn't they? And I mean, even if they weren't interested, what's the worst that could happen? They turn you down. You move on. At least you tried. You gotta be kinder to yourself than that. Just because you've been rejected before doesn't mean everyone's gonna reject you. There's, 7 billion people in the world? It's just gonna take a bit of looking. I've been rejected before. Yeah, absolutely. And yeah, it sucks for a while, but you just gotta know that there's gonna be a day past that day of rejection. Like, say you got rejected today, there is a tomorrow. Like, life goes on after that. Just because one person or 2 people or 3 people aren't interested in you romantically or whatever doesn't mean that you're unlovable. It just means they were not the right person. And if you think about it, they've probably been rejected plenty of times too. Yes. Everyone has been rejected by someone for some reason or another at some point. It doesn't make them any less of a person who's worthy of love or anything like that. It just means it wasn't going to work out that way. Just because one specific person isn't interested doesn't mean that no one else will be. And at least you tried. You know, at least you put yourself out there and gave it a shot. That says so much about you and your confidence, and just like, that's a great quality to have. And it makes you an even better person if you're able to accept that they're not interested, and just go, okay, I respect that, I respect your boundaries, I respect that you're not interested. If they still want to be friends, cool, you gained a friend out of it. And if they don't, you just say, okay, I respect that, and you move on. And wouldn't you rather they turned you down right up front than strung you along, faked being interested, maybe even you two started dating and you found out at the end of it all that they didn't even really love you? Like, wouldn't that hurt so much worse than this initial rejection? It's bam, it's done, it's over with. Would you rather be rejected up front and be able to continue your search for the right one, or ones, I don't know, your life? Or would you like to be trapped in this relationship full of lies and just false love? And it would crush you so much worse later. And I'm not saying that, you know, if they say yes, that it's going to end that way either. It's just, you never know. And you're never gonna know until you act on it, until you do it. You gotta just take it upon yourself and say, I'm okay with whatever the outcome is. Because this is good for you. I know it's scary, but the fact that you even came to me and told me your plan, told me that you were even interested in someone, shows that you really, really care about them and you really do want to go through with this. It's just a little bit of fear in there, and that's okay. That's human. That's valid. It's okay to be nervous. I know that you've been turned down in the past, and it hasn't been in the nicest way possible. But that's not about a reflection on you. It's a reflection on that person, and just how they turned you down. They're just rude, and they're, quite frankly, an asshole. If they can't respond to it well and just take it in and say, I'm so glad that you felt you could be honest with me, I'm sorry I don't reciprocate your feelings, you know, and just handle it like a mature human, then they weren't worth it to begin with. If they're an asshole about it, they're not worth your time. And you should be so glad that you didn't end up trapped in a relationship with that jerk. You just gotta look at the bright side of things. And it's okay if it hurts. That's you know, it's good. It means that you have emotions, that you're capable of understanding, like, complex feelings like that. And it's okay. You just can't let, like I said, one rejection or a few rejections keep you down for the rest of your life. Because you are worth it. You're worth more than you think you are. And if someone's mean to you like that, you gotta stand up for yourself. You gotta show them that you're not gonna sit down and lay down and take it. You're just gonna say, okay, that's fine. I just thought I would tell you how I'm feeling. You obviously aren't responding well to that. Maybe we shouldn't communicate anymore, and just walk away. And if they continue to harass you about it and be mean to you about it, tell someone in a position of authority who can do something about it. If it's cyberbullying, block them on everything, report them on things, take screenshots so you have, like, proof. Because some people are like that. It sucks, but they are out there, and you gotta, like, be cautious about that. But again, just because there are precautionary measures you have to take and potentially negative outcomes doesn't mean that you shouldn't try. If you never tried, you'd be so miserable, and you would just have so many regrets and, like, why didn't I do this? Why didn't I do that? Why didn't I ask that person out? Why didn't I try things with that person? You know, you wouldn't know. And sometimes the not knowing is so much worse than having a solid answer. Sorry, I know I'm rambling, but I know that you're hard on yourself. And I know that life hasn't always treated you the most fairly. And it doesn't really treat everyone, you know, fairly all the way through. But I just want you to be kinder to yourself. Because your thoughts on yourself are more important than anyone else's thoughts of you. And even if this does end in a rejection, you asking out this person, it's not a reflection on you as a human, unless you're secretly an asshole, which I don't think you are, unless you're secretly this major bully, or you're like this horrible person, or something like that, which I know you're not. You're gonna be fine, and it's not a reflection on you, it's just the fact that it wouldn't work out, and that is okay. That's the other important thing. If they do turn you down, you've got to be willing to let that go. Like, it's going to take some time, and you have to be patient with yourself, and I'm not saying you're supposed to just, like, get rejected and get over it overnight, but if they say no, no means no. In all contexts, no means no. So if they say they're not interested, you can't just keep waiting on them and keep hoping that they'll turn around and say yes. If they say no, let it go. If they say no, let it go. I should put that on a t-shirt. That's a good slogan. If they say no, let it go. And you can still be friends, and you can still talk to them, and even you can be honest with them and say, hey, I don't think that we should hang out at this place, or like we shouldn't hang out for a little while just so I can get over this, because I want to respect your boundaries and I want to respect your space. I feel like people have such a hard time with communication like that. Like, it's okay to say something like that, because then that person feels more comfortable around you and knows that you're trying to get over it. You're not trying to hold on to this hope even after they've told you no. You're not trying desperately to cling to them even though they've already turned you down. It won't creep them out. It'll make them feel safer. It'll make them see you in a more positive light, like friendship-wise and stuff, because they know that you're respecting their boundaries. I wish people were more open with communication like that. Like, just saying flat out, you know, I don't think that we should hang out for a little while until I get over this. Or just, so you know, I would rather you not, you know, like sometimes friends will like put their arms around each other or do like kind of jokingly coupley things like that. And then if one of them has a crush on the other, that can be kind of hard for the person who knows the other isn't interested. So, you know, it could just be something like, hey, I would rather you didn't do that for a while, because that kind of like, that hurts a little bit. So just until I get over this, I would rather you not do, you know, like some friends kiss on the cheek. I would rather you didn't do that. Or I would rather you didn't put your arm around me like that, because that, you know, that was what sent me those signals in the first place. And so I'm trying to kind of get over that. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, I totally understand and respect that. I value you as a friend. Thank you for respecting that I'm not interested in you the same way you are in me, and we'll get through this together. And I feel like that would save so many friendships. So many just like relationships in general would be saved by this open communication, and I don't understand why it's so hard for people. But then again, I'm not other people. I'm just me. I'm just Shark Boy. And I guess I'm better at managing my feelings than other people are. And I definitely know I'm better at managing them like Bakugo, because don't tell him I told you this, but he does come to me a lot when he's having like emotional issues and stuff, and I help coach him through it. And he honestly has become better because of it. So some people say I should be a therapist. That's what I can be, hero and therapist. Fighting crime by day, giving therapy sessions and emotional support by night. That's another t-shirt right there. But I know that I've been rambling a lot. I kind of sound like Deku, but I just want you to see yourself in the same light that I see you in, and that all of your friends see you in, because we do care about you a lot. And even though there are some jerks out there, ultimately they don't matter. Just cut them out of your life. It's as simple as that. Like, their opinions of you and everything don't matter, and they won't matter so long as you don't let them. And I'm not saying that it's like all on you to just be like, oh no, block it all out. Like, sometimes people go a little above and beyond with their harassment and everything, and you do need to get more like professional help and like the authorities involved, but if someone says one mean thing to you and you let that ruin the rest of your life, you're just gonna be miserable forever. And if one rejection is all it takes to just destroy you and make you feel awful about yourself, then you're gonna lead a really miserable life. You just gotta understand that not everyone out there is a jerk like that, and that you will find someone or someone's. You just gotta be nice to yourself and have a little confidence. So, you told me who they are. What's our game plan? I'm still being too loud. Do you want to go back to my dorm room and discuss this a little further? Hell yeah. I'll lock the door so no one comes in and like spoils the surprise. Or so your special person doesn't come in.